The history of Nichols and May. This year marks the 65th anniversary of the landmark comedy album An Evening with Mike Nichols and Elaine May, featuring the duo of Nichols and May. Let's take a look at their partnership. In the early 1950s, they met at the University of Chicago. They both joined the Compass Players, America's first improvisational theater company. If you want to know more about that, take a look at my very first video, The History of Improv. In 1953, Mike Nichols decided to go to New York to pursue acting. After a couple of years, it didn't work out so well, so he came back in 1955 to Chicago and started working with Elaine May and Shelley Berman, comedian Shelley Berman, and they were sort of a comedy trio. They realized very quickly that a trio wasn't necessarily going to work, but Elaine and Mike worked really well together. So they decided that they were going to break off and be their own duo. Word of that got back to the Compass Players, and they were more or less kicked out of the Compass Players for pursuing work on their own as a duo. So they auditioned for the Steve Allen Show, a producer of the Steve Allen Show, which was a huge television show at the time, for a spot on that show. They got a spot and sort of became overnight successes. They did a comedy bit on the Steve Allen Show and sort of got some momentum from that. They went touring around the country with their two-person comedy act. Their comedy was first featured on an album called Improvisations to Music, which was a musician, Marty Rubenstein, playing piano, and they were interspersed with comedy bits from Mike Nichols and Elaine May. Their first original album came after their Broadway debut. So in 1960, they got their Broadway debut, with An Evening with Mike Nichols and Elaine May, a live show on Broadway. In 1960, they also recorded that as an album, which turned out to be their first album. They made one other album. In 1962, they decided that maybe being partners were not exactly for them. They wanted to pursue other things. Elaine May went off to pursue screenwriting, and Mike Nichols went off to pursue directing movies. The two of them went their separate ways as a comedy duo, but became huge in their fields. Elaine May, one of the greatest screenwriters of all time. Mike Nichols, one of the best directors of all time. And that is the history of Nichols and May.